Okay, friends, I think it's time to start Weather Talk 6. Our guest speaker, Mr. Nandakumar Jadhav, is waiting. He's a civil engineer, the constructor, a designer, and is implementing a very innovative way the procurement structures all over state and even outside the state. He has got many awards for his excellent creations. Uh, and one of that creation today is going to present. And the name of the topic is the organic shape. The experts explained me just now that means it's a structure having any irregular shape. That is called organic shape. And the topic he's talking is on something interesting name, the cave that traveled.
I am presenting this organic shape, the cave that traveled from Pune to Kerala, Wayanad. This structure cave received a national award from ACI India chapter this year in the last month, and this is a very fantastic structure we have made from Pune to Kerala. Actually, this project didn't have any drawing. All thoughts are from architect brain, and concept of this cave is built with only a concept of ferrocement technology, which is a complete different and unique from RCC. All you know. Most important part is that no drawings made physically or on CAD or cave. This is a completely built in this design for decorative and fantastic appearance. Why ferrocement? We have seen in photographs. The basic idea behind this to any form, shape, design, size can be easily made due to welded steel bars, skeleton, and thin wall form free construction. And basic start from this slide. What we have did here, basic pipe sections frame we made here, and lines, all lines are written here. These red lines. From we design that cave. All shapes are made from ground, and this cloth fitted here to draw freehand sketch on this cloth. You can see here what we did here. This lane to this lane and this lane to this lane, we have equally part. Means here a 2 bars distance between 2 bars is a 6 inch, then it goes here a 12 inch. So shape is actually made as per our thought, as per architect thought. This shape, this is the bottom line of cave, and this is the top line of cave. This is the ribs we provided here for to develop the light in these structures. This is the front fascia. This is also some organic shapes. There is no CAD drawing, no PDF drawing, no hand sketch. This is a thought only from architect and myself as contractor. This shape made in ceilings because there is some light points and a shower point in this ceiling cage. This is the photo after mesh fitting in night. All structures made by 8 mm and 6 mm tall steel. This is a column. I forgot to tell you that in Wayanad, Kerala, there was a RCC structure for this cave, and from that structure's dimension, we took dimension in Pune for prepare this cage. because practically it is very difficult to do at site in Kerala. So we made basic structure in Pune, and from actual RCC frame of Kerala side, we take actual dimension in Pune, and it's possible because of the ferro cement, because we couldn't make this type of structure in RCC, you better know all. So this structure we have made in Pune. This is a light points fitting structures in this area. This we call it always this cove. This is also a column. Actually, basically this column is in water area in swimming pools, where dummy columns are made here. Total structure prepared, and after that we remove this flex paper. All mesh fitted also is here. This pipe structure given the support to all structure, because it couldn't be possible to maintain the stability without pipe sections. This pipe section used for packing of the structure in part pieces. Why? Because if we remove the structure without pipe, then its shape goes on. So the pipe frame of 2 inch by 2 inch we provided here to dismantle the structures and fix in this box, because in transportation we have to be take care to maintain the shape of the structures. So it's very difficult to remove the structures from basic frame and fix in some around 16 parts we made here for this cage. Every part dismantle, this column is dismantle, this column dismantle, this column dismantle, roof surface is dismantle, and we have given the number of these structures, every part. We given the alphabetical name of these structures, because we have to be assemble on site. All structures removed as per alphabetical and numerical name and fixed in these pipe sections. All these transported through truck. 4 trucks we usually here to transport from Pune to Wayanad, Kerala. This was the basic RCC frame created by client on site. All shapes were bought through traveling, were assembled and fitted according to concept sketch on site at Wayanad. This shape fitted as per numerical and alphabetical name, because this drawing, RCC drawing we have at site in Pune, and that drawing we made the length and width of these structures. This was very difficult to dismantle structure in Pune. It in pieces with the pipe frame, we transport to Wayanad and assemble on site. There was some problems when we fitted here. The height problem was there. Then we very difficult to arrange to minimize the height as per shape, and that was the great work at that time in before 1.5 years. In bottom side you can see how we fitted the boxes to ceilings with the rebarring. After fitting each and every pieces as per numbering, we removed these pipe sections. This assembling is continuous. Why we fitted chicken mesh and welded mesh in Pune? To maintain the structure as actual, on site through transport, where we extended work after assembling, then refitted chicken mesh wherever required. This is the one column in swimming pool. So here is also bottom seat. This is the seat we provided. This is the cove we provided for light fittings. This is the shower area we provided. Look here, pipe. This is the column in swimming pool. This is the seat in swimming pool. We can sit here when we swim here.
Kumar, what kind of structure is it?
Sorry,
Is it a bungalow? What kind of structure it is?
there is a private bungalow. There is a private bungalow.
Okay.
There is a private bungalow.
Is it two-storied? What is seen in the picture?
Yes. Actually, bungalow is two-storied, and this is a below of ground. This is a finished photo we have made. This is a sit out. This is also a bottom sit out. This is the column, and all waters are coming. All cave finished here, inside and outside. One on top area, they fixed a lawn area. This is the finished photo. This column, this is the column. This column is in water. In bottom, there is a seat. So everybody can sit here and take the swimming. This is the finished photo with paintings. This is the also sitting, and this is the trees here. Inside we prepared a seat. Hello.
That architect gave you a total concept of the whole structure.
Yeah.
What to do and what not to do.
Yes.
In form of a drawing.
No. There is nothing in a drawing. They only guide me how to. They want shapes. He also visited so many times to create this shape, because I have made such a four structures of this same type of shape of cave before this cave.
Okay.
So I know better idea to how to build these structures. This seat also we provided in ferrocement. This cove for light we provided in ferrocement. This is the one shower area that was a very beautiful on site. We provided here. So anybody can take the shower area, interest in this swimming pool. So this is this shape we have made.
What is the size of the swimming pool?
I think 20 meter by 35 meter
So
total length.
Almost all.
This is also This is also a organic shape of this swimming pool.
Okay. And is it entirely covered or partially covered by ferrocement caves?
This is a partially covered. Look, I will say in first is this is the swimming pool.
Okay.
This is the swimming pool, and this is the bungalow, client bungalow. We have made only this area in ferrocement.
Okay.
Why this is?
It's on the side of the swimming pool. It is structure on the side of the swimming pool.
Yes.
So you can say it's an auxiliary structure for the swimming pool.
Yeah. This is some.
I think it's partly covered, no? The swimming pool is partly covered by this structure, cave.
Yes, correct.
And it is partly open.
Yes.
So the 16 parts you have transported, how much is approximate total built-up area of this ferrocement structure?
Built-up area is 20 meter, 20 meter by maximum 3 meter.
3 meters. There is a size
20
of
meter by.
swimming pool,
Yes,
right?
length is 20 meter.
Okay. Please go ahead. Let us hear the presentation first. Then we will.
Yes. This is the all finished photos.
You have made 16 parts packed in Pune, transported
Yeah.
to 4 trucks inside. So why this was not possible to execute this kind of preliminary work in Kerala? Maybe shortage of some skilled labor kind of thing or some other problem.
Actually, there is no drawing, and I have, and also architect have no time to travel so many times in site Kerala to create this structure. So we decided to do basic skeleton in Pune
Hmm.
and it dismantle, travel and assemble on site. And I have a last 3 cave experience in Pune. So I decided to do basic skeleton in Pune.
Okay.
So because there is a drawing, then it could be possible to do on site. But there is no drawing, then it's impossible to do on site due to time bond and
No, but-
traveling expense from client and me and architect.
So the owner has given some idea about what kind of
Yeah.
structure he wants. And then according
Yes.
to architect
Yes.
and yourself, you design everything in Pune.
Yes,
Okay?
yes, 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 yes.
Few more simple questions. Approximate costing of this project?
7.5 lakhs.
7.5.
7.5 lakhs.
How much time you required for the preliminary work in Pune and
4 months.
next one?
4 months. 4 months.
Including
In
transportation.
Pune, yes. In Pune, 2 months, and at site 2 months, 4 months.
Okay. So this structure is kind of extension to the original Bangalore, residential Bangalore.
Yes, yes. This is a decorative concrete. This is a decorative concrete category, and
Yeah.
so that project received a national award in decorative concrete from ACI Pune India chapter.
Okay. Good. Congratulations for that. So this is
Yeah,
basically a
thank you.
swimming pool and partially covered with the caves and
Yes.
some organic
Yes.
shade, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So by knowing this basic now we go to learn about some technical. Yes.
Sir, can I ask some questions?
Yeah.
Just let Jain sir talk about he's asking some technical questions.
Hmm.
Then I will.
Mr. Jadhav,
Yes, sir.
your columns are hollow.
Yes.
How did you plaster the inside of column?
No, there is nothing any plaster from inside.
You mean the
Total K-
on the inside there is always a possibility of the meshes protruding out of the mortar.
Yeah.
That means it is a structure which has no longevity. Am I correct, Mr. Sharma?
Yeah.
No, but what
Actually-
is the diameter of the column? What is the diameter of the column?
Diameter is 2 feet. 2 feet. Some area 2 feet. Though there is a 2 columns. One is a 2 feet and one is a 3 feet. From bottom is getting.
I can suggest you something in for future. You know, these columns you could have cast horizontally, and a person entering inside, and then he could have applied the mortar also.
No, Mr.
How?
Sharma, we are discussing the present structure.
No.
In the present
I'm just suggesting him something for future.
That is true.
Actually,
That
if you
is
cast
true.
them, if you cast it in horizontal direction and then
Ah.
erect it, just place it vertical, then that problem of inside plaster can be taken.
Actually, Sharma sir, I have one question to you. This total structure coated by one chemical. Actually, I forgot the chemical name. So it is a totally waterproofing structure from outside, and
No, outside.
totally airtight.
No.
So I'm asking question this because there is no air inside this structure and totally waterproofing done here on chemical coat. Then how it could be rust from inside?
No, I will tell you the inside story. You know, considering that there is no air inside, that's a theoretical statement. When you cap it, means when you close it, then you have left some air inside. And air in Kerala, Wayanad, it's a forest area. It will have all sort of things which can start corrosion. So it's always better to even plaster it from inside. If I was to do this structure, I would have cast these columns in two pieces, two semicircular pieces with the projected reinforcement on both sides, and then erect them.
Have you seen this structure? You can see here. You can see here. Look, this it is a very impossible to cast or finish inside because the shape is inorganic shape. Look here. Nothing any. Because after mesh fitting and casting, we defined the exact shape. Before casting, we could not define the shape. Then it's very difficult to maintain this shape as per architect thought. So this structure is only for decorative purpose. There is no load. There is no any.
Actually, it may not be loaded, but what
yes,
I wanted to say is, and even the Jain sir has raised the same point. If from inside we could not plaster it, that means there are some chances of rusting of the steel skeleton, whatever we use. So it is better just to increase the safety. It may not be that unsafe or what that kind of thing. But if you can make it more safe, then they are suggesting this alternatives.
Sir. On look here, there is a RCC structure. This is the only 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, or 8 feet outside from this RCC retaining wall. How it could possible to plaster from inside? And a client and architect better knows that we couldn't plaster inside or cast inside.
See, if it is not needed from structural point of view, that's okay. But the suggestion want to get it.
Yes, correct.
Mr. Jadhav,
Yes, sir.
ferrocement is a material which is the only material which says yes to everything.
Yes.
You can do anything with ferrocement. So do not say that it was impossible to do it internally.
No.
I can do the whole structure in precast members. The number of members may be large, but they can be jointed and the same effect can be achieved.
Sir,
it is not necessary what a particular architect has in his mind. We create the same shape. We can even create a better shape than an architect. Unless we are wedded to the architect, we don't have to follow his idiotic or synchronic ideas where we cannot reach the inside of the structure and make a structure which will not last more than 10 years.
That's right.
I mean, I would, if I was in your shoes, I would say on the first day that, sir, this structure is going to be a useless structure because it is not going to last for more than 10 years because of the corrosion problem. Because I am not able to reach the inside. Once you are not able to reach the inside, why are you making this structure? Why are you choosing a material which is where it is not possible to do justice with this structure? My language is rather offensive, but that is the way it should be thought of when you are making a structure.
Number one. Number two, it gives me a little different kind of feel that this is a non-professional, non-technical practice. Congratulations for award. That is another thing. But without preparing any drawing, without preparing any all those things, let it be mindly. The thoughts may be there. That is all right for architects, but for engineers, I think some professional approach should be there. I don't do anyone. I don't mean to say that this was non-professional, but still I would have been happy if the drawings and all professional approaches would have been taken. One third point, that still it is not appealing that all the way from Pune to Kerala, this is to be taken on the road. This is something not appealing. Might be justifying the situational needs there. Number four, I have two more once again. Number four, I think architects, they work on the basis of percentage of the fees, where they are concerned with increasing the cost so that their percentage fees will be more. Whereas engineers, they are concerned with two aspects: economy and structural stability. So economy point of view, I think all the way traveling from Pune to this may not be economical, number one. And number two, from structural point of view, since it is violating the definition, basic definition of ferrocement, number one. Number two, airtight, it is not at all airtight because air is existing there inside. And there are all the possibilities of corrosion because the on-site air moisture was present there. And more durability study of this kind of structure is required to be investigated, that we should go for all these things. So congratulations for award and architectural innovations, but engineering point of view, that might be appealing to architects. As an engineer, I think these things to be contributed. Last point before concluding, that this structure has been constructed, but has this earthquake seismic analysis been done? Because this lateral forces, whether they will be considered and they will be having the effect during the earthquake, that is yet to be proved. So that study is also needed. This is nothing to criticize as such, but these are my just comments on the things from engineering point of view. But still, I appreciate the courage to build the structure in this age without drawing. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr.
Can I mention something? You know, as far as the transportation from Pune to Wayanad is concerned, you know, we have transported segments of 20 kiloliter ferrocement water tanks for Bharat Electronics Limited, for solar energy operated water supply schemes in Rajasthan, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, and also in Chhattisgarh. So transportation is not a problem. Problem is only, you know, your shape should be safe to carry. Segments of a circle, they can be carried to any place. So
possible, and of course, this way only they have thought. That's why they decided to make the structure so in Pune and then transport to such a long distance. Certainly, the points also mentioned by our Dr. Professor are also valid. We must think from the technical angle.
Thank you. Sir, congratulations, Nandakumar sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, it's a very beautiful structure and it's very elegant. I can understand how much difficulty you would have faced in making up this construction. And my idea is, instead of making the entire steel reinforcement like a cage, why can't we go step by step, stage by stage? If we are going to start from the base, then we can do the internal plastering also, is it not? Actually, how did you make up this structure, sir? The reinforcement provision and all? You made the cage, is it not? So if that cage is going to be done on site, stage by stage, then will it not be possible to make the internal plastering also?
This could not be possible to do all project, all work on site due to there is no
okay,
drawing.
That I can.
All structures, all structures of from architect mind, not me or
sir,
any
I can
other,
understand.
because Yes, yes,
No, you had
yes.
some difficulty, so you cast in Pune and
there
transported to Kerala.
if there was nothing any RC structure from backside, then we can plaster from both side.
Yeah,
But
like
RC
you,
structure
you
was
forget.
ready that.
You
Yeah.
forget that this construction is in Kerala. Okay, let it be in Pune
Ah,
itself. Let us assume
ah,
that it was constructed in Pune itself. Okay, in that case,
hmm,
if you're
ah,
going to take the reinforcement, provide the reinforcement stage by stage, then can't
ah.
you do internal plastering in that case?
No,
No.
no. Because this is an, I am again saying, this is not a structural ferro cement. This is a decorative cement, and that required a basic support from any RCC or MS structure. So here is a RC structure. So we fixed this ferro cement structure on this RC structure. Otherwise, because they want here on top of this slab is a lawn. They
Okay.
filled here soil.
Yeah. We got it, Nandakumar. The question asked by Ms. Shobha Rajkumar, why internal plastering could not be done in Pune before transportation? That was your question, right?
No. I'm not. I'm telling if suppose the construction is being done on site, let it be the construction itself is done in Pune.
Okay.
Then now why can't the internal plastering be done? That's my question.
Okay. For this, I think we will go to our expert, Dr. Divekar sir. Divekar sir, we want to know from you, and I will add another my question to you, so you can answer both at one time. Uh, in what way? This question is not to particularly Nandakumar Jadhav. Now this question is to all technical experts, and we need technical answer, as Dr. Jain sir said. How this structure can be tested, and in what way for the safety and durability purpose? This is my question, and added to that, what Ms. Shobha Rajkumar has asked. Dr. Divekar sir, please give your opinion on these two. So you got my two questions.
Yes, I got your question. I have only one hope and one request to Nandakumar Jadhav, who is going to build similar structures in the future.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At least he could have done an as-built drawing, as-built structural drawing, and as-built architectural drawing, as he has built.
Yes.
And
Another solution.
once you had that as-built drawing, then we could have done the modeling for it and do reverse engineering and checked it for wind and earthquake and the worst combination and strengthen the structure if required. I think that would be a
Yes, yes.
sort of a reverse engineering, but safety is very important. And however anybody might say it is architectural, it has the capability to collapse and damage and hurt life. So
Yes.
if only he had done the only if he had done the as-built drawing, structural and architectural, we would have got some data and we would have modeled it and loaded it with earthquake and wind and dead loads and tested it for the analysis and if necessary strengthened it at the weakest points.
Yes, this is a very nice suggestion, Nandakumarji, that he is telling us that we do reverse engineering as built, then later on we can create the drawings for that, and based on that we can do the further analysis. I think Dr.
Future, he will be doing something like that again.
Could have
Yes,
done plastering, we would have done mortaring from outside with temporary formwork head from inside when it is done in stages. You would not have done it all the 3 meters at a time. If you had done it, say about a meter first, in the first stage, by holding a temporary plank from inside and then coating, plastering from outside, then it was possible for you to have a complete coat. Even for this dimension of about 2 feet or 3 feet diameter, a man can insert his hand inside and also plaster it. It should have been done in stages as is suggested by Shobha. Perfectly it can be done. All the cavity walls they are doing here, they are 6 inches thick, but we don't do all the 3 meters wall at a time. We do a very small portion, say about 2 feet or 2.5 feet, by holding a temporary formwork inside, then fill it, then from inside a man, by inserting his hand inside, he can plaster it. There is no problem about it. So it can be done.
okay.
And
This is another way
about
to
the
increase
structural
the
strength of it,
stability, right?
about the structural strength of it,
If you know the thickness of the particular section, that section can take how much load you can know. And at the cross section, say the cross section is about 2 feet, approximately say a circle. So in that case, for a say about 5 centimeter thick, you can find out how much is the compression load it can take. Now you said that it is non-load bearing structure, but down later on you are saying that they are going to have lawn above the floor, above the shell structure at top. That is going to lawn means that is going to have some load, definitely some soil will be laid and then the lawn will be grown. So there is going to be a structure. It will be a load bearing structure. Don't confuse that it is non-boarding. That is the other thing. Then about preventing rusting from inside, what we have done at our Dapoli project, we had made a dome about 40 feet diameter and 20 feet high. In that case, the statue that we directed was about 22 feet, and that was in fiberglass. And it is a area which is having, it was on seashore, so salty air was there. And from inside the steel framework which was done for the statue started getting rusted. After 2 years, we found that it is getting rusted. So it was then later on, we had put in puff polyurethane foam inside, so that air was completely replaced and puff was inserted inside, blown inside, so that rusting could be stopped. That is one of the ways of
foam, you mean, sir? Puff means PU foam? Polyurethane foam?
Polyurethane foam, you can, this is a gas, it can be inserted inside and it takes its own shape. It can be done. We have already done it at our Dapoli project.
Yes, sir. Very good solutions, sir, you have given. Some more enhancements for the stability purpose also. The last question, which is remained unanswered, is about my testing of this structure. What kind of testing we can do, or what are the testing that can be done, and assure about the safety of it.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir, please. Please answer to this query also.
Because this is an ornamental structure. First point. Second point is, as Mr. Jadhav very clearly says, it is not ferrocement. It is just for ornamental purpose, a shape which has been created.
Right.
He has not followed any principles of ferrocement. Because, as Dr. Kute pointed out, it is not a sandwiched, reinforced ferrocement. So, and it is a single-story building, not even a building, it's an open structure. So, wind loads are going to be almost zero, because through passage is there for wind to pass through. The total load is very small. And single-story building, so earthquake is not going to be a major factor. And as far as my knowledge goes, Wayanad is in zone 2 of the earthquake zone. But if anybody has a better information, he can correct me. Wayanad being in zone 2 of seismic zone, we need not worry about earthquake. We need not worry about wind. Only thing is we have to worry about is if it is a coastal area for a cyclone. That is all. So I don't think there is any kind of testing is required, because this structure unfortunately is not going to withstand any testing.
Right.
This is my perfect opinion.
Actually, this is a very beautiful structure, and I go with the contractor. He has done a good job. And I think there are practical difficulties when, as he was quoting several times, whenever we were arguing, he said that it is difficult, to plaster inside. There are practical difficulties. As a practical civil engineer, I could understand. And so I go with them, actually. There are difficulties, step by step when you plaster all that, one person sitting inside the circular area and plastering inside. It is difficult. As a practical man, I can support him, actually. Only one doubt I had is what material actually is used for the plastering. I would like to know, is it just a plaster material, or he has used some aggregates? That is some chips or some material that is some 10 mm or 8 mm or 6 mm, the gravel. Anything you have used, or it's only a plaster? First,
Only river sand and cement.
River sand and cement.
Yes,
Was the river sand? Was the river sand sieved, or it was used just like that?
Actually, is brought by bag, not loose river sand. So,
The foundation, what foundation was used, and how the columns were actually erected? Those columns, what we are discussing from the base.
in bottom there was a RCC frame. There was a RCC frame, retaining wall.
When we are considering the durability of this kind of structures, whether it is ornamental structure or whether it is structural component, say it is any component made out of ferrocement, and durability should be tested for carbon penetration and chloride attack, because most of the times all the applications are in aggressive environment, maybe in coastal areas or non-coastal areas, swimming pools, water tanks, whatever it is. But these tests pertaining to the durability are required. And as Mr. Jadhav has said, though it is ornamental structure, sometimes when there is wind forces or earthquake loads are there, it may not be always an ornamental structure. So sometimes it will go, it has to behave as a structural element. And because there are curvatures in the reverse direction as well, so that time this analysis of for earthquake resistance is going to be very difficult, because there are curvatures, and there nowhere we are considering the inherent strength of the ferrocement, and because of the architectural shape it becomes difficult to analyze it for earthquake resistance as well. This is my opinion. And as Milind Kulkarni sir has perfectly said, that unless and otherwise we write down the design steps, we do the calculations, it will be difficult to really comment on all these aspects which are very, very important for any design as well as construction stage.
Yeah, perfectly said. Even Dr. Kulkarni has also given us some testing that can be done, like attack, carbon penetrations, which can help us to understand the its current status, and if required, some retrofitting measures can also be taken in that regard. I think it's a nice discussion over the excellent structure created by Mr. Nandakumar Jadhav. First of all, on behalf of all of us, we must congratulate him. Of course, considering their own constraints with the owner and the architects and the other things, he has taken that decision. But the efforts he has taken, the way he has created such an innovative structure are not less important. So we must congratulate him. And also, he is clear, as Dr. Jain has said, that since this is not a complete ferrocement structure to be tested for the structure, it can be just ornamental, just like a showpiece or that kind of thing, and with less hazard of some fatal accidents or that kind of thing, can be that way. But we have discussed all the features, technical features, and that is all aim of this fellow talk itself, that take any structure, discuss on all the technical points so that we can understand the other angles, other design methods, other safety measures which can be done for such structures, not particularly to this. So with this, I conclude this today's fellow talk, and thank you all. Thank you, presenter Dr. Nandakumar Jadhav, and all the participants.